So today on the Aussie Workshop Australia, we're going to be building a 30 box forge. Now, as you can see, there's a mistake right there, but there's one out of so many mistakes in this thing, but I'll show you how to do it. Right, let's get started. So for today's Fuigo forge build, I was going to use some reclaimed timber I milled up on the render sled, but it took too much effort and like things take too long to do it. And I thought, it doesn't have to be the prettiest thing to work. Plus, the chipboard I'm going to use out this corner cabinet to pull it apart. It's actually got, as you know, chipboard's got quite a smooth top on it. So it should be nice on the inside for the piston to go back and forth along. So, let's get right to it. So I marked out the base for the box forge. Now, with this size dimensions, I couldn't find much on the internet about it. The only thing I could really find were they're about 400 mil length. But I thought the more air, the better, I reckoned. So I've got this one 600 mil long by 200 mil wide for the piston area where the piston goes back and forth, and then 100 mil in width ways for the chamber compartment where the air goes through. And if you don't know what they look like something like this. So you got your main compartment here, and this is where you got a piston where your handle is on, and you got this big pad in the center which pushes the air back and forth. And this is the handle here. Now there's a valve here for the air to come in, and there's another one back here for the air to come in as well. And in the side compartment here, there's another two valves here and here, so that the air in here is through the pipe, which then connects up to your forge to put air in. So, I hope that's a good enough demonstration how it works. And I'll cut this base plate out, and I'll see you back. So for our Fuigo forge, I had a look at what we had left. There wasn't enough material for 3 decent high walls for the sides and the middle. So I had a look at my pile, and I still got the $2 from the corner cabinet. So we're going to use these because they're quite tall and lengthways. So we'll use these 4 walls. And then I've got a pink piece of timber on the floor there, which is about the same length and height. We're going to use for a middle wall. And then we can make a top, sides. Then we can do our piston. See when I finish. So as you can see, I've done some more cutting with the Fuigo forge. Now, I've got the 2 sides, the 2 end and the front end pieces in the base plate cut out so far. So I'm going to use this container here for the template for the airway, which is going to go about here and here. So there'll be 2 holes there, and then we're going to have a hole up here, in this part here, and then another hole here. And then in the main compartment here is where we're going to have our piston, which is a big piece of wood that's going to fit this entire area. And we're going to have a big wooden dowel that comes sticking through the box, and it's going to be going so it can push forward and back, forward and back. And then we're going to make a lid, the front here, top, and then we're going to make the place here, and then we can put a pipe here for the air to come in. I'll do some more cutting, and I'll see you when I finish. Only thing is, I've cut the holes out with the copies or the drill and the router. It's not the bit nicest cuts, but it will do. Now, it isn't permanently fixed yet, but I will fix it in a minute. So I've got the 2 holes at the front here, as you saw, and I've got the one up here and one up here for where the piston's going to go. So next I'm going to fix it with some nails, some glue. Now hopefully the glue will hold to this veneer, whatever is on top of this chipboard, but I got my doubts. So I'm going to put the nails in with it to hold it, and hopefully the glue will just be like a filler and fill those gaps up. Even if it doesn't stick, it will hopefully fill the gaps up from the air escaping. And then I'll cut the top of this, and the side of this, and I'll see you when I finish. As you can see, I've assembled it and glued it all up. Now, it's a real big mess because I stuffed it up twice, and I just realised the 3rd problem. So as you can see, there's a lot of glue along the line there. Well, because I accidentally put this tight on the bottom. So I had to switch it around. But I actually had it correct because I realised, see what it says? Base, and I had all these markings along the base. for the guidance of assembly. So I stuffed that up. And then I stuffed up this side by putting the nails on the wrong side when I pre-assembled it, which was even more costly because I glue on. So lots of stuff ups in this project, but we're going to finish it and try to get it done. So next I'm going to probably put a few more nails in, and then I'll get onto the flaps for these things here. And then, yeah, you can also notice some other stuff up. Nails sticking in. So I got to figure out I'm going to get them out. But it's assembled majorly. I might put a few nails in, but I reckon the glue technique with tolerant seals, I reckon it's worked. But it looks ugly and there's a lot of mistakes. So time to fix the mistakes and get to the next step. So I've got the piston built. Sorry about the lighting at the moment, it's getting fairly late. But just to show you quickly, I've got the piston built at the moment. Now you can see there's a bolt that goes straight through to hold the one face of the piece of timber. And then I've got a wedge on the other side to hold it together, pull it tight, so it doesn't flop around when you pull it back and forth. Now, the front here, it's fairly loose, so I'm going to get some towel or some cloth, or put another piece of timber and slide across to air seal it a bit more. So I'll do that next. But I've got the lid built for it. As you see, it looks quite nice with a lid on it now. And I've got a bit of sawdust here just to demonstrate at the moment what sort of air's coming out. Now, put in consideration, there's no flaps at the moment, and this ain't sealed, and nor is that. There's no timber here. So, it'll be a lot more better when it's all sealed. But if you watch, it's all fine basically, except for the nail that's in there. But you get the idea. So once I put the flaps in here and put the timber there, I reckon we're going to have quite a bit of force coming out of this thing. So I'll do some more cutting. I'll see you when I finish. So here's the hole where the air comes in the Fuigo box wood. Now I saw this idea on YouTube. This guy cut a flat, and then when the air comes, it bends here so the air can get into the hole there. Without coming this way and losing the air. So I thought I might implement that. It's not going to be the most airtight thing, but at least it will mainly direct the major stuff out. So I've done that. Now this hole might be a bit too small. I have to first see what's the size tube I'm going to use. Once I figure that out, then I'll make my finished hole. And then I'll glue this, cut it out, and I'll put the top on. See what. As you can see, I've got some progress done at the moment. This is the flap I was talking about before. Now how it works is when the piston goes up this way, the air is going to go through that hole, through this chamber, hit this flap, pushing it this way, go through the pipe into our forge. And it's the same principle the other way around. Now, I've got a bit of yellow paint over here. Now that's just to protect the ends of the exposures, because if it does rain or get wet, it's just going to weather away and chip off, and then I've got to fix it up, which you don't want to do. So I decided to put some paint on just to protect it, so it lasts that just a bit longer. So I'm going to do some more cutting and a bit more painting. I'll see you when I finish. As you can see, I've got lids on the Fuigo box forge. Now I'm going to put some on top of here. You just have to wait and see for that. Now I've got the two lids on. Now they aren't the straightest. I'm going to get some silicone and put it around until I finish filling those gaps up. And you might be wondering why there's bits of timber sticking at the edge. Well, because this side is right, but the back is there. The base is there, sorry. It's not even. So I had to improvise and put a few bits of timber there just to level it up so the piston can move back and forth. Now, I've got some sawdust here. I'm going to put the camera down and I'll start pumping, and then you'll see in action. see, it's basically all gone there. So I reckon this is going to turn out quite well. Now, I'm just going to do the last finishing touches up here, and then I'll see you back. As you can see, there's a bit of paint on top. I'll show you that in a minute. But it's basically done now. There's only I've got to nail it down, basically, put some silicone on, and that's about it. And then it's be fully operational. There is a fair few spots I found out where the air is working, but after a few coats of silicone, I reckon it's going to turn out perfectly fine. Now, I thought just add a bit of aesthetics, make it look a bit nicer than a plain old box. I thought I might just do a bit of freehand painting on it. So as you can see, I've got caution, keep airway clear. Just thought for a bit of fun. And I just thought, just for the fun as well, caution output, which is obviously where the air comes out at the end. So I reckon that just made it look so much better. Takes your eye away from the other display. Now I don't really want to get this thing dirty, but it's basically done now. And I'm going to keep these little bits of timber sticking out the side here, just for aesthetics, and I just can't be bothered cutting it at the moment. Maybe that might be a thing I do in the future, who knows. But for now, I reckon it's done.